Recent research shows that nearly 1 in 10 adults worldwide is living with diabetes. And if you or someone you love is one of them, you already know how exhausting it feels to battle unstable blood sugar every single day. But here's the surprising part. What you put on your plate can be more powerful than you think. Certain foods don't just prevent spikes, they actively lower A1C, protect your heart, strengthen your kidneys, calm nerve damage, and even improve your vision and skin health. Imagine eating something as simple as a snack or side dish that works inside your body like natural medicine, balancing hormones, reducing inflammation, and giving you steady energy throughout the day. In this video, we reveal the top 6 foods every diabetic should eat, and for each one, you'll also get a simple, diabetic-friendly recipe you can enjoy right away. Stay with me, because the last food on this list is the one many diabetics avoid, yet it could be the very key to long-term blood sugar control. First on list, nuts. Nuts are often called nature's tiny powerhouses, and for diabetics, they are more than just a snack. They're medicine wrapped in a shell. One of the most remarkable things about nuts is their effect on blood sugar. Most varieties, including almonds, walnuts, pecans, pistachios, and cashews, have a glycemic index between 10 and 20, which is considered extremely low. This means they cause almost no rapid rise in blood glucose. Their glycemic load is nearly negligible, since the small amount of carbohydrates they contain is offset by a high level of fiber, protein, and healthy fats. This makes them one of the safest food groups for keeping blood sugar stable throughout the day. Nutritionally, nuts pack an impressive profile. A 1-ounce serving of almonds contains about 6 grams of protein, 3.5 grams of dietary fiber, 14% of the daily value, and 14 grams of fat, most of it heart-healthy monounsaturated fat. Walnuts provide an extra advantage with 2.5 grams of omega-3 fatty acids per ounce, directly protecting the heart and improving insulin sensitivity. Cashews and pecans are rich in magnesium, providing around 20% of the daily value per ounce, which is essential for proper nerve function, muscle relaxation, and blood pressure regulation. Many nuts are also abundant in vitamin E, zinc, and potassium, which protect cells from oxidative stress and reduce risks of diabetic complications. For people with diabetes, the benefits go beyond numbers on a nutrition label. Research shows that eating a handful of nuts daily can reduce the risk of cardiovascular disease by up to 30% and lower long-term blood sugar markers like A1C by 9 to 15%. The high magnesium content helps relax blood vessels, reducing strain on the kidneys. Omega-3s in walnuts and alpha-linolenic acid in pecans and flax seeds protect the nerves, lowering the risk of diabetic neuropathy. The combination of protein and healthy fats also slows digestion, preventing sudden spikes after meals and keeping appetite in check, which supports weight management, one of the biggest challenges for type 2 diabetics. Here's a myth. Many people assume nuts are too high in calories and should be avoided. The reality is, while nuts are calorie-dense, moderate consumption actually aids weight control. Their protein and fiber content naturally reduce hunger, and studies show that not all of the fat in nuts is fully absorbed by the body, making the calorie concern far less threatening than people believe. Here's a fun fact. Walnuts are shaped like a brain, and science has shown they actually improve memory and brain health. This connection is so strong that researchers call walnuts a brain food, which is especially meaningful for diabetics since cognitive decline can be a long-term complication of uncontrolled blood sugar. A simple diabetic-friendly recipe is a Greek yogurt and nut parfait. Combine half a cup of unsweetened Greek yogurt with 1 tablespoon of chopped almonds, walnuts, and pistachios, then top it with a few fresh blueberries. This snack balances protein, fat, and fiber for steady glucose control and tastes like dessert without the sugar crash. Here's something to be mindful of. Avoid salted, sugar-coated, or heavily roasted nuts, as these can add excess sodium or hidden sugars that harm blood pressure and blood sugar. Stick to raw or lightly roasted nuts and keep your portion around 1 ounce per day. A small handful is enough to deliver the full diabetic benefits. Second on list, lentils. Lentils may look humble, but they are one of the most powerful foods a diabetic can add to their plate. Unlike refined carbohydrates that flood the bloodstream with sugar, lentils digest slowly and steadily. Their glycemic index sits between 28 and 35, and their glycemic load per serving remains under 7, making them far gentler on blood sugar than staples like white rice or bread. Instead of spiking glucose, lentils release energy gradually, giving you steady fuel throughout the day. When it comes to nutrition, lentils deliver a rich combination that makes them stand out among legumes. A single cup of cooked lentils contains about 18 grams of protein, 15 grams of dietary fiber, 54% of the daily value, and 37% of the daily value for iron. They are also exceptionally high in folate, nearly 90% of the daily value per cup, which helps protect the heart and supports proper cell repair. On top of that, lentils contribute magnesium and potassium, around 20% of the daily value each, both of which lower blood pressure and reduce kidney strain, two common challenges for diabetics. The high fiber content is what makes lentils so unique. More than just filling, this fiber works like a slow-release system for carbohydrates, helping to blunt blood sugar spikes after meals. Even more importantly, much of the carbohydrate in lentils is resistant starch, a type that bypasses digestion and instead nourishes beneficial gut bacteria. A healthy gut microbiome improves insulin sensitivity, which is critical for keeping blood sugar under control. Research has shown that swapping just one serving of a starchy food for lentils can reduce post-meal blood sugar by up to 35%. Here's a myth. Some people think lentils are too heavy in carbohydrates to be safe for diabetics. The truth is, their carbohydrates behave completely differently from those in refined grains. Instead of rushing into the bloodstream, they work with fiber and protein to release energy slowly, protect insulin response, and feed the gut in ways that fight inflammation and improve metabolism. Here's a fun fact. Lentils have been eaten for over 8,000 years and were once prized as a poor man's meat because of their high protein content. Today, they are recognized as one of the most nutrient-dense plant foods, and even space agencies have explored lentils as a reliable food for astronauts on long missions. That same nutrient density makes them an ideal choice for diabetics aiming for steady health on Earth. One simple diabetic-friendly recipe is spiced lentil and spinach soup. Combine 1 cup of cooked lentils with fresh spinach, onions, garlic, and turmeric, simmered in low-sodium broth. This meal is not only warming and filling, but also delivers protein, fiber, and minerals in a form that comforts the stomach while supporting blood sugar balance. Something to keep in mind. While lentils are safe and beneficial, watch the form you eat them in. Prepackaged or canned lentils often contain excess sodium, which can raise blood pressure. If you do use canned lentils, rinse them thoroughly to cut down on sodium, or better yet, cook them fresh at home for the cleanest benefit. Third on list, non-starchy vegetables. Non-starchy vegetables are the quiet protectors of a diabetic's diet. Unlike starchy options like potatoes or corn, which can send blood sugar soaring, non-starchy vegetables such as broccoli, spinach, zucchini, cauliflower, peppers, and leafy greens have an incredibly low glycemic index, usually under 20, and a glycemic load close to 0. That means they can be eaten generously without fear of raising blood sugar. For someone with diabetes, this is a rare and powerful advantage. You can fill your plate with these foods, feel full, and still keep your glucose steady. Nutritionally, these vegetables are loaded with benefits. A cup of cooked broccoli, for example, delivers 5 grams of dietary fiber, 20% of the daily value, 135% of the daily value for vitamin C, and 14% of the daily value for vitamin A, all while providing just 55 calories. Spinach packs in 25% of the daily value for magnesium per cooked cup, which helps regulate insulin function and calms overactive nerves. Bell peppers add antioxidants like beta-carotene and lutein, which shield the eyes from diabetic retinopathy. Together, these vegetables are like a medicine chest of micronutrients, protecting every major system that diabetes threatens, from the heart and kidneys to the skin and nervous system. The impact of non-starchy vegetables goes beyond vitamins and minerals. Their high fiber slows digestion and feeds beneficial gut bacteria, improving insulin sensitivity. Their natural plant compounds, including sulforaphane, in cruciferous vegetables like broccoli and kale, have been shown in research to reduce oxidative stress in lower fasting blood sugar by up to 20%. For diabetics already battling nerve pain, kidney strain, or eye damage, these anti-inflammatory compounds act as protectors, slowing the progression of complications. Here's a myth. Many people think vegetables don't provide enough energy to be worthwhile for diabetics. The truth is, non-starchy vegetables provide slow, steady energy in the form of fiber and complex plant compounds that stabilize blood sugar. Instead of flooding the body with sugar, they provide the nutrients that help your cells use glucose more effectively. Here's a fun fact. Spinach was so revered for its strength-building power that in the early 20th century, a simple decimal point error in reporting its iron content led to the creation of Popeye, the famous cartoon sailor who got his power from spinach. While the iron content was overstated at the time, spinach truly is rich in magnesium and antioxidants that strengthen the body in ways diabetics especially need. One easy diabetic-friendly recipe is a garlic sautéed broccoli and spinach mix. Simply cook 1 cup of broccoli florets and 2 cups of fresh spinach with a drizzle of olive oil, garlic, and a sprinkle of lemon juice. This dish is low in calories, rich in antioxidants, and provides minerals that relax blood vessels, helping both blood sugar and blood pressure remain balanced. Here's something to watch for. While vegetables themselves are nearly always beneficial, the way they're prepared can turn them unhealthy. Avoid frying or covering them in heavy sauces, which add unhealthy fats and sugars. The best methods for diabetics are steaming, sautéing with olive oil, or roasting lightly, which preserve their nutrients and keep them blood sugar friendly. Fourth on list, lean proteins. When it comes to diabetes management, lean proteins are the steady anchors of a meal. Unlike carbohydrates, which have a direct impact on blood sugar, lean proteins such as chicken breast, turkey, fish, eggs, and plant-based sources like tofu or tempeh have a glycemic index of 0 and practically no glycemic load. This means they don't cause blood sugar spikes, but instead create balance by slowing the absorption of carbohydrates eaten alongside them. For diabetics, this makes lean proteins essential. They help transform a potentially risky meal into one that delivers steady, lasting energy. A closer look at their nutrition reveals why they are so valuable. Just 3 ounces of grilled chicken breast supplies, 26 grams of protein with very little fat, offering the building blocks the body needs to repair tissues and support hormone production. Salmon, often considered the gold standard of lean protein, not only provides high-quality protein, but also delivers omega-3 fatty acids that exceed the full daily value in a single serving, protecting blood vessels and calming inflammation. Eggs provide 6 grams of protein each, along with choline for brain health, while tofu and tempeh deliver around 10 to 15 grams per serving, plus minerals like calcium and magnesium that improve muscle and nerve function. This combination of protein, vitamins, and minerals works together to keep insulin functioning smoothly and to protect organs that diabetes often damages. For people living with diabetes, lean proteins support far more than muscle health. They help maintain a healthy weight by increasing satiety, which reduces cravings for sugary snacks. They also aid in blood sugar balance by prompting the release of hormones that counteract sudden drops in glucose, which can be dangerous for diabetics. Research shows that meals including lean protein can lower post-meal blood sugar responses by up to 30% compared to meals based on carbohydrates alone. The heart and kidneys benefit as well. Lean proteins reduce the need for harmful processed meats, which are often linked to higher blood pressure and cardiovascular strain. Here's a myth. Some believe that eating protein, even lean protein, inevitably damages the kidneys. In reality, moderate amounts of high-quality lean protein are not only safe for most diabetics but protective, especially when compared with diets heavy in refined carbohydrates or processed meats. The real risk comes from excessive intake of low-quality, sodium-packed protein sources. Here's a fun fact. Fish like salmon and tuna contain not only omega-3s but also vitamin D, a nutrient many diabetics are deficient in. Adequate vitamin D improves insulin sensitivity, enhances immunity, and supports bone health, an extra layer of benefit that makes lean fish unique among protein sources. A simple diabetic-friendly recipe is lemon herb grilled chicken. Marinate a skinless chicken breast in lemon juice, garlic, and olive oil, then grill until tender. Pair it with roasted non-starchy vegetables for a complete plate that delivers protein, fiber, and antioxidants without raising blood sugar. One important note, not all proteins qualify as lean. Bacon, sausages, and fried meats are high in sodium and saturated fats, which can worsen blood pressure and heart disease risk. For diabetics, choosing grilled, baked, or lightly sautéed lean proteins in moderate portions, around 3 to 4 ounces per meal, is the safest way to reap their benefits without unnecessary strain on the body. Fifth on list, whole fruits. Fruit often carries a bad reputation among people with diabetes, mostly because of its natural sweetness. Yet when eaten in its whole form, fruit behaves very differently from sugary desserts or fruit juices. Whole fruits are packed with fiber, water, and natural compounds that slow digestion and temper the release of sugar into the blood. Most varieties fall within a glycemic index range of 25 to 50, and their glycemic load per serving generally remains under 10, meaning they can be enjoyed regularly without destabilizing blood sugar. Each type of fruit brings unique strengths. Apples provide soluble fiber, including pectin, which acts like a sponge in the digestive tract, trapping sugar and cholesterol and releasing them slowly. A medium apple also supplies 4 grams of fiber, 16% of the daily value, and beneficial antioxidants that shield blood vessels. Blueberries are celebrated for their anthocyanins, natural pigments that not only give them their deep color, but also improve insulin response and protect delicate eye tissue from diabetic retinopathy. Citrus fruits like oranges and grapefruits deliver over 100% of the daily value for vitamin C in a single serving, reinforcing immunity and supporting skin repair. Bananas, often misunderstood, are rich in potassium, which balances sodium and helps maintain healthy blood pressure and kidney function. For diabetics, the fiber in fruit is the game changer. Instead of allowing sugar to rush into the bloodstream, fiber forces digestion to slow down, giving insulin time to work more effectively. At the same time, the high water content in fruits keeps the body hydrated, reducing strain on the kidneys and supporting stable circulation. One research review found that people who included 2 servings of whole fruits daily experienced improved A1C levels and up to a 23% lower risk of type 2 diabetes progression. Here's a myth. Many believe all fruits are forbidden for diabetics. In reality, the natural sugars in whole fruits behave differently than processed sugar. The combination of fiber, antioxidants, and water makes them safe and beneficial when eaten in the right portions. Here's a fun fact. Kiwis, despite their small size, provide more vitamin C than an orange and nearly as much potassium as a banana. That makes them uniquely powerful for supporting immunity and heart health while keeping blood sugar stable. A simple diabetic-friendly recipe is a berry and chia bowl. Combine half a cup of fresh blueberries and strawberries with a tablespoon of chia seeds and a splash of unsweetened almond milk. After a few minutes, the chia absorbs liquid, creating a thick, satisfying dish that balances fruit sugars with fiber and plant-based omega-3s. One important note, not all fruit choices are safe. Dried fruits like raisins or dates, as well as fruit juices, strip away fiber and concentrate sugar, which can raise glucose rapidly. For best results, choose fresh or frozen whole fruits and keep portions to about 1 medium piece or 1 cup of berries per serving. Sixth on list, whole grains. Whole grains are often wrongly placed in the same category as white rice or white bread, but they behave very differently in the body. Unlike refined grains that are stripped of their fiber and nutrients, whole grains keep all 3 parts, the bran, germ, and endosperm, intact. This natural structure slows down digestion and results in a much steadier release of glucose. Most whole grains fall in the glycemic index range of 45 to 55, with a glycemic load below 15 per serving, making them a safe and sustainable energy source for people managing diabetes. The nutrient package in whole grains is impressive. Oats are particularly rich in beta-glucan, a soluble fiber that helps lower LDL cholesterol and improves insulin sensitivity. Brown rice retains selenium and magnesium, both of which are lost in white rice, and these minerals support nerve function and reduce the risk of cardiovascular strain. Quinoa, often called a pseudo-grain, provides 8 grams of protein and 5 grams of fiber, 20% of the daily value per cup, along with magnesium, manganese, and folate, nutrients that work together to protect the heart, blood vessels, and kidneys. Barley offers resistant starch, which nourishes beneficial gut bacteria and lowers post-meal blood glucose. Together, these grains provide protein, fiber, antioxidants, and minerals in ways that processed grains cannot match. For diabetics, the role of whole grains extends beyond glucose control. Their fiber content supports satiety, reducing the urge for high-sugar snacks. This indirectly helps with weight management, which is crucial for lowering insulin resistance. The antioxidants in whole grains also protect blood vessels from oxidative stress, reducing the risk of heart attacks and strokes. Research shows that people who replace refined grains with whole grains may experience a 20 to 30% reduction in cardiovascular events and modest improvements in long-term markers like A1C. Here's a myth. Many diabetics avoid all carbohydrates, believing they are universally harmful. The truth is, the type and structure of the carbohydrate matter more than the amount. Refined grains behave like quick-burning fuel, but whole grains act more like slow-burning logs, releasing energy gradually while protecting insulin function. Here's a fun fact. Oats are one of the few foods officially recognized by the U.S. Food and Drug Administration for their ability to lower cholesterol, earning them a unique heart health claim on packaging. That makes them one of the rare everyday foods backed by both tradition and modern science for cardiovascular support. A simple diabetic-friendly recipe is a barley and roasted vegetable bowl. Start with half a cup of cooked barley, then add roasted zucchini, bell peppers, and onions, topped with a drizzle of olive oil. This combination balances fiber-rich grains with antioxidants from vegetables, creating a filling, blood sugar-friendly meal. One thing to watch out for: many packaged foods labeled whole grain are mixed with refined flour or hidden sugars. For the best results, stick to minimally processed options like steel-cut oats, quinoa, brown rice, or barley, and keep portions moderate, about half a cup cooked per serving, to get the benefits without overshooting your carbohydrate needs. Final thought: you've now seen how these 6 everyday foods can work like natural medicine, lowering A1C, protecting your heart and kidneys, calming nerve pain, and even strengthening your eyes and skin. And remember, with each food, you also got a simple diabetic-friendly recipe you can start using today. The choice is in your hands. You can keep fighting unpredictable blood sugar, or you can start building meals that actually work for your body instead of against it. If this video gave you new hope and practical tools, hit the like button and share it with someone you care about. And before you go, I'd love to hear from you. What's one diabetic-friendly food or recipe that you enjoy the most? Drop it in the comments below so we can inspire each other. And don't forget to subscribe for more science-based tips, recipes, and natural solutions for living stronger with diabetes.